final month, that was the worst part, I would say. The reason being, he would invite, or like no, he would call people for viewing, and I'd like specifically mentioned him that I'll be working, both of us will be working from 9 to 5, but he would do it on purpose, making sure that like no, he calls people at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. And this is not like one or two viewing. This happened, like I would say at least 50 to 60 people came in the last 1 month period, and they would come, and this is like COVID time, mind you. So these people had to come and like see the entire place. After that we had to like sanitize everything. This went on like crazy. I clearly mentioned like no, we can't do this because we'll be having meetings. I won't be able to like come and attend or like no, show the people. He would be like, you don't have to do anything, like I will show them around, just keep the door open.
Yeah.
So last month it was basically like we were staying in someone else's place.
Yeah.
Where people used to come randomly, like check everything.
And when we were being firm about it, not to let people in between 9 to 5, he would literally tell us that if I don't find any tenant, then you will have to pay me that month's rent. We were like, why would we do that? And I remember one such situation wherein we had been to grocery shopping, I guess, and he calls and he's like, where are you guys? People have come here to viewing. Come back and open the door. Why don't you guys give the keys to me? I'll only go and show it to the people when we were not present in the property. We were like, sorry, we cannot let you do that because it is our place till the time we are staying there. We can't let anybody come in and go, right? So he did all those things.
And another part to the story was, I'm not sure whether it was like faking his health issues or not, but we used to fast once in a while, and even on those days he used to come and say like, Rajesh, I'm getting smelled. I was like, sir, we are not cooking anything. If you want, you can come down and have a check. But he would say like, no, you're cooking something, you are lying to me.
Yeah, just because we were moving out of the place, he would like tell us that we are doing it wantedly.
On purpose.
Yeah. So I was literally counting days. 10 days to go, 9 days to go, 8 days to go. Each single day was like passing at a snail's pace. I used to feel it was moving so slowly. I just wanted it to end. And amidst all this, it was like 1 week left or something. And he started with some new drama all over.
Okay, so this drama started when I asked like, I need the deposit back. When are you giving me this? So he used to come down. He was like, let me do the inspection and see if there's everything okay. So he started checking all the places, and there were like few scratches that was existent before we moved in. He used to show that and say like, no, you guys did it. Luckily, I checked my mobile and I had a video of the same. So I spoke to his son and I showed him as well. And later he like, no, tried to change it, saying that, okay, sorry, I didn't know. Maybe it was there. I didn't notice. So he tried every drama possible. And I think the basic idea was not to give a deposit back.
Yeah.
And luckily for the last few months we didn't pay our utility bills. Like, so we told him to like deduct it from the deposit itself. So
but still it would like come up to $300. He still took those $200. He never returned it to us.
I was like, let him keep the $200. We just want to go out of this place.
So there was almost 1 week to go. We had shifted like 90% of all our stuff to this place. And we had very less clothing left with us, okay, because we had some laundry to do. We thought we can use that for the last week. And after making the entire shift, so what he used to do is that, do you guys remember the home tour video wherein I couldn't show you the laundry room because it was locked? So this is our laundry room, which also has the furnace, heating stuff and all those things. I cannot show you guys inside because it's locked. So every weekend we had to like message him saying that we have to do our laundry. That's when he would come and he would open the lock and let us do the laundry. I don't know why he used to lock it, but he used to do it. We were like fine with that. No big deal. Once in a week laundry was fine with us. So on the last week, he comes up with this new thing saying, the machine is making some weird noise. I think you guys have ruined it, and if you guys want to use it and if it gets ruined, then you'll have to pay money for that. like, we don't have clothes to wear, we have to do our laundry, why are you doing this? He's like, no, 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 I don't want to hear anything about this. I was like so pissed. I don't know, till then I had somehow withheld myself, but I couldn't take it anymore. And you guys might be wondering, like, all these days only he was the one who was going and speaking to this guy, why I wasn't talking. There's a reason to it. Now you guys might be thinking that only in India patriarchy exists and stuff like that, but even in this part of the world there are people who follow this, and I have experienced it firsthand. This man literally didn't want to talk to me because I was a woman. He has literally been rude and he has told me that you don't talk to me. I was like, what is this kind of behavior? So that day I really lost it and I yelled at him. Like, see, I'm not super proud of myself to have yelled to an elderly person, but I'm someone who gives people respect not by their age but because of their behavior, their personality. And this person, for all the things that he made us go through for the past 6 months, I don't think he deserved any bit of it. So I literally like screamed, I yelled, I told everything that I wanted to tell him. I told him you can't treat me with disrespect, and he has to hear me, right? Because I'm also equally responsible for it. It is our home at the end of the day. It's not like only he is there, I'm also a person living there, and to just ignore a person like that is not right. So I was really sad that day, and there's this video, right, of Heights Park that I have posted, and I had told that it's been a really negative day and I wanted some positivity. So he had took me there, and many of you were asking me like what happened. So it was the same day when I lost my cool and I yelled at him and stuffs happened. So yeah, that's what happened that day. It's been a not so great day, too much of negativity, so we really wanted some positivity, and what better than being amidst nature? It makes everything better. So finally, our nightmare was about to end. It was the last day. Morning, we were about to move out. We were waiting for our friend to come and pick us up. So we had packed everything and we were like waiting for him, and this guy, he comes downstairs, he checks everything. It's like, so wonderful, you guys have kept this place so beautifully, I'm really happy. And then he goes on to say that, I'm sorry guys if I have hurt you, like please forgive me from your heart. We were like, what happened to this person all of a sudden? And then he says, you know, I'm a very religious person, and if you guys don't forgive me, I'll go to hell. I was like, so even in this, he was apologizing to us just because he was selfish and he wanted to go to heaven. I know, I don't know, I have no words. It's in situations like this when I think that human beings are better off without any religion if this is what they learn from it. Like, I think people should be just honest with one another, treat everyone good, then that's more than enough. To just fake and hurt people and then ask sorry just because you want to go to heaven, I mean, really, do you think you're gonna go to heaven?
No, if these people are like, no, this kind of people are going to heaven, I would rather be in hell.
Yeah.
I would.
True.
Yeah.
True. Please don't think that we have created this video to, you know, speak ill about this person or whatever. Our main intention is to tell you that things can go bad no matter what the place is. It could be in India or Canada or any place. You will find such people. Just be prepared for it and maybe learn from our experience and don't fall for such things. And also always remember that money, it will come. It will eventually come. if you work hard, it is bound to come to you. But mental peace and happiness, I think it's
underrated.
Yeah,
And people
very
like
underrated.
give more importance to money. And another thing that I want to specify here is like this was the only bad experience that we had. Like all our previous landlords were like really friendly, and they even offered us to like take us around
Yeah.
proactively. And our previous landlord, his name is Sonam, and he like when I said like can you take me to IKEA, he got me all the utensils. And
Yeah, because we were new, he really helped us out. We didn't know where we'll find what, but on the last day of moving, he literally got all the ceramic plates,
Yeah.
bowls, saying, "This is a gift from me to you." So it's not like all the landlords are bad, not at all. He's the only person
Yeah.
with whom we have faced this. Other than him, all our landlords have been really amazing. We have had such a good experience with them. Even the current place where we are staying, it literally feels like we are in India. We like cook something and we share it with them. They cook something and share it with us. So it's really nice. But this one person kind of ruined
It's
it for us. but-
basically like smart decisions. You can
Yeah.
learn from our mistakes and like try to avoid certain things. Like if you in future, if you're coming to Canada and if you have certain experience or somebody says like no, don't do this, don't do that, like just stay away from them.
Yeah,
You can
li-
find
like
a better place.
if they are being too specific about how you need to stay at your home, then it's better if you stay off. And if you have seen that home tour video and if you end up going to that place for a viewing, if it's the same place, please don't go there. I'll actually share with you guys one funny thing. So all these people used to come for the viewing, right? So on the last day before moving out of that place, it was night. I was literally cleaning the entire home because the next day he had his viewing inspection to check the place. So a couple had come in from his home country,
Yeah,
right?
home country.
So they had like 1 hour chat in our laundry room with it being locked. I don't know what they were discussing. The lady, she was very smart, I think. So she comes out, she pretended that she wanted to have a look at the place once more.
I think she actually tried to talk to me, but this guy, like, the landlord, came in. So she was like, "No, let me go check the bedroom once."
And I was there in the
Yeah.
bedroom. So she comes, she's like, "Can I check the closet and all?" And then she's like, "How is the landlord? Is he good? Does he eat your head too much? I feel so." And I was like, till then, I had not discouraged any tenants coming there for a viewing because we would always interact with those people in front of him, so obviously we couldn't say anything. But this lady, since she was smart, so she came in privately and she spoke to me. I was like, "Don't come here, run away. He is gonna make your life hell, so please don't take this." And those people didn't take that place.
I hope
And
so.
yeah, I hope so. I really hope so. But yeah, that's the thing. That was like my revenge. Not revenge, but I will
Helping
just think
another
that
citizen, I
yeah,
would say.
somebody else got helped from going to that place. So I was happy for the thing that I did. So guys, that was our worst experience in Canada. I know we are also equally responsible for it because we could have moved out of that place within the first week or first month itself. But as we told you, we had our own reasons of not being financially secure, COVID, and moving out, all those hassle. We had our reasons, but still,
It doesn't justify.
Yeah.
But again, like this is like a life lesson, I would say.
Yeah.
And the moral of the story is don't compromise on anything.
yeah.
Stand up for what you want, and that's it.
Yeah, and things will be good. It will be great. And now we are very happy. We are at peace. After moving to this place for the first 1 week, I just went on and kept on telling him that I can cook now. Whenever I want, I can cook. In fact, if you see my videos from that home, I had lost so much weight. Even he had lost so much weight because we just couldn't eat properly. I would always feel conscious, and that's the reason, guys, why I actually stopped creating cooking videos, because this person is always telling don't cook, don't cook, don't cook. So how do I cook? How do I create videos? So that's the reason I stopped it, and I'm happy to have started it again. And now we are eating very nicely, and I think it shows. We have started putting on weight now, but yeah, we are happy, at peace. There's so much peace now. So yeah, things will turn up well eventually. We have to just wait it out, and it was just an experience
Yeah.
which we will remember for a very long time. Also guys, I wanted to thank Rajesh for being part of this video. He finally agreed. I know you guys keep asking me, when will he come, when will he come? Most of his friends actually who watches my videos, they'll be like, when will Rajesh speak? So he's finally doing it.
So I was not comfortable, but again, like this is something I had to like share it with others as well. So I thought like this is something I need to do, at least for the others and the new immigrants.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Hope to see you in more of our videos.
Don't have any hopes.
I'll pester you.
Okay.
So that was our rant, our venting out session. I feel really relieved after doing this video. I'm happy. So yeah, that's it for the day guys, and we hope to see you all soon in our next video. I wish for all of us to be blessed with abundant love, peace and happiness. Take care, and do remember, life's all about the little things. It's the little things.